Welcome to C.O.R.A Championship Online Racing Association. This is the first qualifier for this week's Sunday Money race. They'll be running 31 laps tonight at Daytona under the lights. I'd like to give thanks to our sponsor here, Veritas Builders from Scottsdale, Arizona. Also to Michelangelo Painting. And also we have another new sponsor here from Small Town Computers. So I'd like to thank all of them for their sponsorship here for the C.O.R.A Online Racing League here. So let's head over to the track. The guys are turning some pretty good laps over here, so let's go check it out and see what they're doing. They're under a practice session right now. We've got about 18 minutes left to practice, and then the cars will be doing their qualifying laps. Got some really beautiful paint jobs out here tonight. I've been kind of checking out some of these. I really like this one of Mark Jackson. He's running a red, white, and blue with stars and stripes on it. Very cool looking car. Very nice car, Mark. Love it. These guys will be looking for partners. They've been testing for partners here pretty much all practice long, making sure that their setups are set up correctly, checking all the bells and whistles and make sure everything's set for them, make sure their seats are comfortable. And they got drinks at hand in case they get a little thirsty during the race. But I don't think this is a track you want to take your hands off of the wheel, is it, Alan?
No, probably not. It's pretty tricky once in a while.
Yeah. So, but all in all, I think we're going to see a pretty good race here tonight. These guys have raced around each other quite a bit. A lot of qualifying races and Sunday Money races. So, all in all, I think we're going to see a pretty good race here tonight.
And welcome to Season 3. This is the debut of our third season in C.O.R.A Sunday Money Series. This is the first qualifier, and I think we're going to have a good race tonight. We got a lot of the same faces here that ran pretty much all season, or most of the season last. And of course, we've got our champ back, Dale Smalley. He's out there in the '69 car, and we've got all the bigger names that run with us every week. David Wink is out here, and Dallas Miracle, and Michael Churchma, John Larson. We got a pretty good star-studded field here tonight, Rudy.
Yeah, that's very cool. I've watched a lot of these guys race in the past, and very good drivers out here. That's why I'm saying I expect this to be a very, very good race. Like you say, star-studded. So, and don't exclude yourself out of that, Alan, because you're a pretty darn good racer yourself, man.
Yeah, on some of the tracks, super speedways. I'm not so good on the short tracks and the road courses, but super speedways I don't do too bad.
Yeah, I'm not very good at the short tracks either, so.
But hey, I want to mention.
Yep,
I want to mention that things have increased this year. I don't have the paperwork in front of me to tell you exactly, but I know for this year the Sunday Money has increased in payments for finishing. We're paying not only the top 5 now, we're paying the top 10 positions, and it's $50 to win. And it's going to be a lot of money thrown around out there this season.
Very nice, very nice.
The one thing that did increase, though, but nobody seemed to have a problem with it, and that is the entry fee into Sunday Money itself. We raised by $1, but that allowed us to put quite a bit more money out there for the drivers, so, and increase the payouts. So it $50 to win on a Sunday, it's no nothing to shake a stick at. I mean, that's $50 is a pretty good chunk of change.
Exactly. Yeah, for sitting on your butt and enjoying yourself out here, that's pretty good.
with paying the top 10 plus 4 other positions, we pay the pole sitter $5. We pay the highest finisher with the fewest incidents is $5, and then just before qualifying, they draw a number, just a random number. Say I'll pick a number out of the air, 17. The driver that qualifies in the 17th position and the driver that finishes in the 17th position also get $5. So there's 14 positions paid.
Wow.
out of the field. So that's well over a third of the field is going to the bank on Monday after a Sunday Money qualifier.
Very nice.
Or after a Sunday Money event, not the qualifiers. The qualifiers aren't. You got to pay to get into the qualifiers. Sorry about that. But the Sunday Money event itself, to get into Sunday Money, is $2, and then it's $3 for the Sunday Money event. We just raised it by $1 for the Sunday Money event, but then we increased the payouts. Last season it was $30. This season it's $50. So we increased it by $20 per race just for the winner, and then we added the top from 6th to 10th in the payouts as well. So just by adding that $1 in entry fees to the Sunday Money.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing how that all adds up, and just by everybody kicking in one more dollar, man, it really makes a difference in the payouts. So, and that's cool that, everybody is cool with it. It's a dollar, heck, you can't even hardly buy a pack of gum for $1 anymore,
Yeah, exactly, and that's why nobody really balked at it a bit. I kind of expected a few might, but nobody did. Nobody even blinked an eye at it.
Yep.
And so, yeah. I do want to throw a shout out there to our sponsors though for the C.O.R.A series. We've got Gordon Berkey, Berkey Painting and Sandblasting. He's thrown a little bit into this, as well as Michael D'Amico with the Michelangelo's painting, and he's thrown a little bit at C.O.R.A for us. Plus, I want to thank Michael for putting up these broadcasts for us. That's an expense that he incurs, which we really appreciate. We've got setup race analyzer, which is a setup analyzer for iRacing. We've got Small Town Computers on board, and we've got Barks Competition Karting again this year as well.
Very nice, very nice. So we're coming down to about one more. Oh, I'm sorry. We got 11 more minutes of practice left. Some of these guys still out here. A lot of the guys I see practicing their pit stops. Alan, are they even going to need to pit for 31 laps?
No, they won't need to pit in 31 laps unless they have an issue. Because we do have we are full of fuel. We do only have one reset available for the drivers tonight. So hopefully there won't be a whole lot of incidents where people have to use them. I'm really expecting a really good, clean race tonight.
Yeah, I'm kind of expecting that too. Like I said earlier, and these guys they race around each other week after week. And you learn how to race around these guys. And when a newcomer comes in, you also got to learn how to race around him and learn his style. Everybody has their own style, and sometimes you gotta alter your style to race with them. So one of the biggest things that I've found, Alan, and maybe you'll agree with me, communication out on the track I think is a very big key to having clean races.
Oh, that's the biggest key to having a clean race. You got to be able, your spotters on the game aren't exactly accurate, and you got to be able to tell people where you're at on the track. I mean, that is almost number one as far as having a clean race. That, and
User was moved out of your channel.
Well, Alan got moved out by Gordon Burke there, but he'll be back in a minute. I apologize for that, folks. Admins must have their little meetings, so got to make sure all the ducks are in a row here before race time. So, but anyhow, as Alan was saying, communication on this track is a big key to make sure that all the drivers are communicating with each other. If somebody's getting loose, or if you see somebody spinning, or whatever, you've got to communicate that to the field so they have time to check up, so they don't get damage. Like he said, they have one reset, so you got to use that sparingly. 31 laps doesn't sound like a lot, but in a 2.5 mile oval, it's quite lengthy.
User was moved to your channel.
Sorry about that.
Nah, it's all right.
Somebody needed to talk to me and drug me out of here. But anyway, yeah, the communication is definitely the key here. I'd say, but number 2, I would say, is patience. We can't stress that enough. I mean, you gotta have patience. iRacing has a little statement on their driver's briefing whenever you enter any race that is probably the truest words ever spoken, is that you can never win a race in turn 1, but very often you can lose it there.
Exactly. You're absolutely right. And, too many times we see guys, they want to be in that top spot on the first lap. And, on a track like this, drafting is so important. You can go from the back to the front in just a couple of laps, or you can go from the front to the back in a couple of laps. So, drafting very important here. And, if you're not patient and hang there where, just be patient where you're at, and your time will come. And, I would say when you get within 10 laps to go, then it's time to start thinking about, planning your maneuvers, playing your moves, talking to your teammate, whoever you're drafting with, communicating with the other drivers, whatever your plans are, if you're going to go high or low. And again, like I said, communication, patience. So I agree with you, Alan.
Yeah, absolutely. What's your opinion on our drivers here tonight, as far as who you might, who are you looking at to finish toward the top? Give me your picks.
Okay. Well, in the past, watching some of the drivers, Lee Ridge, I think, is very strong here. David Wenk, I wouldn't count him out by any means. He's always seems to be a front runner. He qualifies well, and keeps his car clean, and that's I think like a third key that you got to make sure. You got to keep that car clean, keep the fenders intact. Make sure if you need to pit, you're hitting your marks correctly. You're not speeding down pit road. Don't make any mistakes, and don't weave around on the track. Hold your line. So I think I'm gonna pick David Wenk.
That's a very good pick. He is definitely strong, but it's really hard to go with two-time without, not to go with two-time. Dale Smalley and Dallas Miracle, they run the series over there in the ETV Team Series, and every week it seems they put on a clinic over there, and it's just it's something to watch. But another dark horse that I think has a really good shot too is Michael Churchma. He's real strong here on these restrictor plates as well.
Yeah, I agree with you. I've watched Dale Smalley run before, and he's definitely a voice to be reckoned with here. Excuse me. And Michael Churchman too. I'm in agreement with that. Yeah. I'll tell you who's a sleeper here, and I wouldn't want to I wouldn't want to count him out totally. Jay Anderson. Raced with him a lot, and he is one of the ones out here that I see showing some patience.
Absolutely, yeah, and probably one of the best restrictor plate racers in iRacing. Not the best, but one of the best is Mark Jackson.
Oh yes,
Mark Jackson is really good on restrictor plates.
Yes.
So you know, he's going to be up there too. And like I said, man, this is going to be an exciting race. I just can't wait for it to get started.
A lot of big names out here. Travis Brown, Carl Jones, Brian Coveney. Watched him race a lot. He's another good one. So, you know, and yourself, you know, you're very good on these restrictor plates. So, man, what a field here tonight. I'm showing 26 practice guys here that have turned practice laps. So, it's going to be a pretty good field of good drivers.
How do you feel about Michael's team there with Donald King and who are your other drivers there?
Chris Scala, I know, is in there, and Carl Jones. Yeah, I think he's got a pretty strong team there. As long as they work together well, and again, like I said, communicate. Got to communicate with each other, being team members, and be careful not to hook that back bumper. And, you know, if they're going to hook up together and be partners throughout this race, it's communication and being careful, being patient. So,
you know, I saw something in the release notes about they changed something in the draft package and in the bumper package there that it's not quite as easy to get hooked anymore like it used to be.
Yeah, but I've talked to other drivers that they said that they didn't take enough away. You still can hook. So just be careful out there, Alan. That's all I can tell you, buddy. Because it's not completely gone. I think it is better. They called it the bumper friction. It's when you know, like if you go out and come back down, if you catch that bumper, it's the friction on that bumper. And it had quite the hook before. Now, I haven't had time to go out and try it. Maybe you can enlighten me on it. Have you experienced less hooking on it, or have you noticed any change?
I haven't done a whole lot of racing in the Gen 6 car, but I have noticed it in the trucks at Daga. There's nowhere near the hook that you used to get. You can really get on somebody's bumper and push them all the way around, and even if you wiggle a little bit, it doesn't seem to turn you like it used to.
Well, that's great news. I mean, you know, and I'm sure all these drivers out here are going, yay, you know, because that gets annoying when you're out there and you're really running good and everything, and you know, you get these guys that, you know, your partner or teammate that you're running with, drafting partner, and you know, sometimes you get a little bit weavy around, you know, with the aero push around these cars. There's so much aero push around these cars. I can't stress that enough. And you get a little aero push going into a turn, and it can cause you to get a little bit weavy around a car, you know, the tail end of a car. And if you're not careful, you could hook that bumper, you know. So I just wish all these drivers luck out here tonight. And hopefully, you know, they're gonna run well. No cautions. Man, I don't want to see any cautions. I like to see green flag runs the whole way, you know.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Cautions are no fun, especially at the super speedways. You know, at the short tracks, when they don't take as long, you know, they're not as bad. But man, these cautions at the super speedways, it just takes forever to get around this track at 70 miles an hour.
Yeah, it's like what, a minute and a half to go around this track. You know, when you're doing 70 mile an hour. Oh, it's just killer. You know, makes it into I-pacing instead of I-racing.
Yeah, I've heard that term a few times.
So guys are going to be getting ready to go qualifying here now. So wish all the drivers luck. We'll try to stay up here on the qualifying grid and see where the drivers fall into play here. And Alan, if you're qualifying, I wish you luck out there. Be careful. Good luck.
No, I'm not racing tonight, Rudy.
Oh, you're not?
I'm sitting in here. No, I'm sitting in here with you.
Very good, very good. Good to have somebody in here with me. So the first out lap on these cars, it takes about a lap, a little over a lap to get these things wound up to speed, probably close to a lap and a half. And nobody to draft with out here. You're all by yourself. So we're not seeing the speeds that you're going to see in the draft. Hitting about 188, 189. We should be seeing about 193, I believe, in the straightaways. And depending on the setup on these cars, of course. But I haven't seen anybody. 194 maybe. It takes a really good setup to hit the 194 mark.
Well, somebody you want to keep an eye on for that would be Dallas, but it looks like he just got disconnected. He connected again. Hopefully he has time to get out there and get his qualifying in.
Holy smokes, I just seen Everett Lane hit the 195 mark. Wow. So these guys really running some great setups here. We should start seeing some times come in. Everett Lane rolling in with a 46.105. Very fast lap. Jeez, oh man, he's like 2/10 over David, or Scott Smalley, I believe. Or who the heck is it? Scott Amy, I'm sorry. But we're seeing a lot of times coming in now. Another 46.190 by Daryl Cronkright. Travis Brown coming in third here. Mark Jackson in fourth.
Yeah, that was just their first lap, though. I think they got a little bit. I think they got a little bit more left in them.
Yeah, we're going to see the 45s easily. There we got a 45.9. Mark Jackson topping that. Wow.
Yeah, 45.8. Wow, what a lap.
I'm telling you. Holy smokes, I don't think anybody's going to touch that. At least I don't think so.
I wouldn't put Dallas past it.
Man.
Dallas is able to get out there and get 2 good laps in. I'm sure he'll be right up there.
There's Michael Churchma right there up there in second spot with a 45.8 also. David Wink, one of my picks for the win tonight, in the third spot with a 45.9. Qualifying not being all that important, that's just a starting place for the race, but trying to maintain that top position and staying out front, it could be a challenge because you're going to get guys drafting by you on the high side. But, you know, Alan, I haven't seen a whole lot of passing on the high side. It's very hard because you get that parachute effect coming off of the inside line, and you just kind of go stalemate there, you know. But hopefully maybe they might be able to get, if you could get 3 or 4 cars together to work together on that high line, you might be able to get by that low line.
Yeah, it's difficult, but it's not impossible.
Exactly.
I've seen some pretty good high line runs and people that get a pretty good run up there if they get stuck right glued to each other and get a run. It can be done.
Mm-hmm. So Mark Jackson does take the pole here. I haven't seen Dallas turn a lap yet. Matter of fact, I don't see him on the track.
No, he's 20. He's 23rd.
So yeah, he'll be.
Looks like 27 cars have qualified.
Very good, very good. So, yep, okay, so 27 car field. I think this is going to be a very, very interesting race. So we're going to start out here with, after the cars get gridded, We'll start out with a, okay, when they get gridded. Our pole setter hasn't gridded yet. All right, so Mark Jackson on the pole with a 45.847 in the number 29. In the second spot, we have the number 88 of Michael Churchma. In the third spot, we have the number 20 of David Wink. In fourth, the 04 of Galen Gidman. In fifth, we have the number 1 of Everett D. Lane. In sixth, the 35 of Nathan Sedlick. In seventh, the 15 of David Lano. In eighth, the number 98 of John Larson. In ninth, the number 18 of Jay Anderson. In 10th, the number 54 of Daryl Cronkwright. In 11th spot, we have the number 33 of Travis Brown. In 12th, the 02 of James Wilkins. In 13th spot, the number 50 of Dominique Dyball. In 14th, the number 23 of Donald King. In 15th spot, we have the 34 of Dennis Davenport. In 16th spot, the 666 of Ron McMahon. In 17th, the number 56 of Brian Coveney. In 18th, the number 55 of Scott Amy. In 19th, the number 16 of Lee Ridge. In 20th, the number 69 of Dale Smalley. In 21st, the number 79 of Joel Wood. In 22nd, the number 62 of Michael D'Amico. In 23rd, the number 48 of Dallas Markle. In 24th, the number 5 of Chris Scala. In 25th, he didn't start. Gordon Burke did not start the race. In 26th, we have the number 66 of Sean Dorr. And in 27th, Carl Jones in the 07 did not start. So they may be starting on pit road, or maybe decided not to start the race. So the lights off on the pace car, and they're going into turn 3 now. When they come out of 4, the pace car is going to duck off onto pit road, and we're going to see some green flag racing here at its finest. And Alan, I'd like to thank you for joining me in the booth tonight. It's great to have a partner in here, somebody to kind of help me give some coverage on the race. And
hey, not a problem there, Rudy. Anytime. I enjoy doing it.
I appreciate it very much. A little bit jerky here for some reason, but that should go away here once they get to going.
Yeah, the green is out.
Green, green, green. Mark Jackson leading them down here in the number 29. Looking for a partner. Looks like the 88 ducking right up underneath him. Could have been his partner from the start. This guy's finally starting to get up a little bit of speed here now. They're reaching about 188. We should be seeing speeds close to 200 or in the draft. Pack speeds, usually I've seen them reach well over 200, like 203, 204. I've even seen speeds up to 207 when there was a full pack of them. So and that's really, really dangerous.
Yeah, that draft is amazing here, I'll tell you.
So the 29 and the 88 switching up here, coming down the backstretch, kind of pulling away from the rest of the field a little bit there. Third place back there a little ways.
Yeah, that almost looked like a plan switch.
Yeah.
But it's I think I was thinking it's a little early for that.
Yep. Maybe the 29's a better pusher. I think Mark's a pretty good pusher here, and he might be. This might be. It might be a little bit of a strategy that they're working on to try to stay out there in that lead. So the field's starting to reel them in a little bit now. The car's starting to double up here and find a partner.
There's your boy Jay Anderson. He's got to run on the high side, pushing the 15 car.
And Jay's a good pusher too. He's got a lot of experience here and at pushing. So, yeah, he's they're working that high line pretty good. 35 kind of wiggling a little bit coming into the turn. I'm sure that probably made them boys a little bit nervous on that. We got one off of the track a little bit there. I guess he just took it off the track, so we've got another one off. We've got a couple of them off the track here for some reason. They're just there is no caution, correct? Or is there caution out? No.
I haven't heard him call the caution yet.
No. I have that stuff turned off so it doesn't interfere with my broadcast. I don't want to hear
The 79 lost the draft completely. He's way in the back. He's back in 23rd position. He's quite a ways back behind the pack here. I don't know if he was one of the ones that got off the track.
That could have been the 62, Michael D'Amico here running in the 20th position. Doesn't have a partner at the moment, but looks like one of his teammates is trying to close in on him. There's a car between them. That'd be Chris Scala trying to reel him in. Sean Dorr right in between them in the number 66. So these three here kind of getting nose to tail. That could be a good thing, catch them back up to the pack. But they don't want to get that sandwich effect. The guy in the middle ain't going to do good. This lead pack's still out here running.
Whoa, we got a car. We're going to have a caution.
No caution yet, though?
Yep, caution is out. Caution is out.
Okay. Well, let's go back and let's see what happened here. Did you get a car number on that?
No, I didn't. It happened so fast.
Oh, I see where it was right there. And let's see, I believe.
Looked like the number one of Everett Lane.
Yeah, he caught the bumper there, his teammate. So there you go. There's that bumper hook. So yeah, he hooked.
He was running in fourth place too.
Hooked the back bumper there, and he went for a ride out across the grass.
Yeah, he hurdled the asphalt there.
Oh, man.
At the end of the straightaway there.
Yes, he did. He didn't hit anything, so that's a good thing. No damage to it. He may have a little bit of... Wow, did he ever jump that ditch? Wow. Ooh. Oh, man, he hit the outside wall, and he gathered up a couple more cars up there. So the 56 and the 02 getting into that, too. So there's three cars with a lot of damage to it. So we're seeing a few of them on pit road now. The 02 on pit road. So the cars get caught back up to the field. Not sure if we're going to see any pit stops on this. It don't look like anybody's stopping, so we may see some pit stops from the guys in the back. But the 29 of Mark Jackson's still leading him down here with his teammate or partner, the 88. Those two been teamed up since the green flag. And but the caution out here, we're on lap 8 right now. So, well, that's unfortunate for Everett. You know, he was really showing some muscle there for a little bit, and I think he wavered a little bit. I think he might have caught the yellow line. And if you catch that yellow line, Alan, oh man, it's over. You know, hard to correct.
Yeah. Yeah, this apron is extremely slippery. If you get down on that apron at all, it'll just throw you for a loop, and that's just exactly what happened to Everett there.
So we're still seeing the 56 on pit road and the 02 on pit road. I believe those are the only two that are on pit road at the moment.
Dallas has started back in 23rd. He's moved up to 10th place, so he's coming.
Very good.
I expect Dallas and Dale to be up here. Yeah, Dale's right behind him in 11th. Hey, we got that Border Wars coming up here at October 13th, and I'm kind of wondering how that's going to work out between Dallas and Dale, because they're on opposite teams. Dallas being a Canadian and Dale being with the USA. That's going to be trucks at Talladega, and that's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be a fun race.
Very cool. Called Border Wars.
Yeah, it's a race that C.O.R.A is going to put on. It's going to be broadcast on ETV Live, and it's a $20 entry fee, and we're going to run it as teams. Everybody's going to run the paints. You know, all the USAs will have one paint scheme, all the Canadians will have another paint scheme, so there's no problem seeing who's with what team, and the winning team wins. If you pay your $40 or your $20 entry fee when the race is over, if your team wins, you'll get $40.
Very nice. So we're getting the wave bys going by now here. Lights still on the pace car, so we're looking at least one more lap until we get the green flag. Possibly two.
Hey, see if you can get a good camera shot of that rear bumper of that 48 car, man. That is one of the coolest looking cars out here from the rear bumper.
Duck Dynasty.
Yep.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. Very cool. Duck Dynasty and the number 48. So obviously he's from overseas somewhere, isn't he?
Dallas is from Ontario, Canada.
Oh, okay. Well, obviously they watch Duck Dynasty in Canada. Very popular show, I guess. I watched about a half an episode, and I was like, nah, this ain't for me. I live in the South, and nothing against Southerners, but I live in the South, and I live around people like that. And I don't want to watch it on TV too. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying it's you know.
Okay, they've just been given the one to go.
Yes, sir. So one more lap, and we're going green flag racing again.
It'd be interesting to see what kind of strategy Mark Jackson and Michael Churchman get together with here to hook up, since they're starting side by side now instead of nose to tail.
Well, they didn't have a problem hooking up before, and so I'm kind of thinking that probably he's going to duck right in behind. Michael's going to duck right in behind Mark Jackson. That, what I think is going to probably happen.
Yeah, if David Wink lets him.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're exactly right. So they're coming down the backstretch here. They'll be getting the green flag at starting of lap 11. So we'll have 21 laps to go when they get the green flag. Caution coming out on lap 7.
Yeah, I don't expect it to be too much longer. And Dallas and Dale Small will be up there in the front, giving Michael and Mark a run for their money.
Mm-hmm. So the pace car ducks off. Mark leading them down here, keeping it nice and slow, and green, green, green. And Michael does duck right in behind Mark, so good job. David Wink gave him the room to get in there, so they're teaming up and they're rolling through it again.
Yeah, I think David might be waiting for another teammate behind him. Storm Motorsports, they're pretty strong. I know we watched that Talladega race, our championship finale, and at one point they had all 5 drivers in Storm Motorsports paint schemes up at the front. It was pretty impressive to see. Yeah, Dale and Dallas are moving up fast.
Looking back on the field, we see a lot of dancing going on back there, but some of the guys still looking for partners. They've got to be hooked up here in the draft, or you're not going to go anywhere. So, but looking back on these guys, pretty cool to see the view back from the fender. Looking back on the field, we see Michael Churchma pushing the heck out of Mark Jackson here for the lead. But we've got cars coming up on the outside of them. They're trying to get a run here. Oh, Mark going up high. Oh, we got a little bit of touching going on back here.
Ooh, nice save.
Yeah,
nice
that was a good save. And good job by him keeping it down on the low line there to let them guys go by. No caution. David Wink still running in the 3rd spot. And I believe he's partnered up with Nathan Sedlick. Those two been hooked up for a little while now, and I wouldn't count those two out, man. Them two get hooked up, the leaders could be in trouble.
Yeah, but look who's coming.
Yeah, I see that. But these leaders pulling out to such a lead on the rest of the field that, wow, man, somebody's going to have to really get hooked up here and get going. Coming to lap 15 out of 31, almost halfway. Jay Anderson there in the 18, pushing David Lane. Those two hooked up pretty good.
Yeah, Dallas just switched out with Dale here, and I think once he gets up on his bumper, they'll be up front here in another lap or two.
And we got Travis Brown and Dominique Dabal here running in 9th and 10th position. they're coming up behind them too. So, and then behind them, we're seeing the partners here hooking up of Michael D'Amico, and I believe I can't really see that very well. I believe that's Chris Scala hooked up with him. No, that's Don King hooked up with him. So those two coming like gangbusters too up through the field, passing on the high side. And a bunch of them way back here, quite a ways back. Not really hooking up that good with partners. We've got one off on the apron now. Slowed up quite a bit. Of Daryl Cronkrate. He caught the apron coming in through the turn there and kind of lost his partner. He's keeping it low, making sure that he stays out of everybody's way. All the leaders going around there. So Chris Scala hooked up with John Larson here coming up through. They're quite a ways back, running in the 20th and the 21st position. They're about 8.5 seconds behind the leader now.
Well, here come Dale and Dallas with a run on the high side.
So, yeah, watching these two here going at it, we're gonna kind of go on board with Dale here, and we're gonna see how they're managing this here. So I'm gonna crank it up, okay? So they're still coming. They're right there. They're being patient because to get a run on that high side like that. Like I said, if they could get those two behind them, Jay Anderson and the four of them could go on by them. Those two on the inside. But it's just not going to happen right now.
Yeah, I think Dale was getting a little hot. He's going to the inside now to do the swap out here.
And they do complete that swap, so they're running in the 5th and 6th position now, so they're coming. The 20 and the 35 hooked up really well early on, but they've kind of been separated a few times, and I think that's cost them a little bit of time on the track. The leaders up here, man, they're just hooked up. They've been bumper to bumper since the beginning of the race, even though they swap up. Oh, look at coming on the high side again. They're trying to get that 3rd and 4th spot. And again, the high side being kind of hard to get by on that high side, but you can do it.
Yeah, I think they got it now.
Yes, sir, they have gotten it. So
now Dallas is going to dive to the inside of Dale here, do their swap.
It's a perfect time. The leaders swap and they swap, so that that's a perfect time to do it right there. That way nobody loses any time, or you're not like right on the bumper of somebody. And now look at, they're going for the lead.
Yeah, Dale and Dallas there. Oh, caution! Where's the caution?
Oh no. Go back here a little ways and see if we can find out where the caution's at.
Well, the 5 of Chris C.O.R.A was involved.
The 5 of Chris C.O.R.A, huh? Okay, I'm on them now, and we'll see what happens here. They're running on the high side.
Oh, I don't know what happened, but something turned the car. Let me see what number that is.
Oh yeah, I see now. Yeah, and turned him down the hill into the 04. But and then Chris, trying to get away from him, dives down to the inside. He would have been all right. He would have missed him, but he dived down to the inside, and that's going to cost him the race right there. He's going to have a lot of damage. He may be able to get in and use his reset, but a lot of damage on that.
Oh, what happened is the 34 cut down just a little bit and got into the back of Chris there and turned Chris up into the wall.
So Chris coming into pit now, and we're going to see probably he'll use his reset if he still had it available, which I believe he did because nobody's pitted. I don't believe he pitted. He didn't get any damage fixed. Unless
that was the 34 car. The 34 car just dove down, got down a little bit too close to the rear of the 04 and turned him.
So the car's getting caught back up to the field here. Caution out on lap 23.
And we got a dogfight on our hands now with only a few laps to go with Mark and Michael Churchma and Dale and Dallas all up in the top 4. It's going to get it exciting.
Yes, it is. This is going to be a heck of a finish right here. And they're going to have their teammates back the way they're going to be starting. So it'll be teammates against teammates. So our leader, Michael Churchma, right now, and he's doing quite a good job out here. Him and Mark led pretty much all the race so far, and doing their swaps when they needed to keep their engines cooled off. But coming on this high side, Dallas Markle and his teammate Dale Smalley. So these guys. It's going to be a battle for the finish here. I think it's going to be a great finish, Alan.
Yeah, it's definitely setting up that way.
So just to remind everybody, this is just a qualifying race to get in the Sunday money this Sunday, which Alan had told the details there earlier. But this, how many are you taking out of this? The top 10 or?
Yeah, Rudy, we take the top 10, and then the 2 outside of the top 10 with the fewest incidences. So
very cool.
We take 12.
Very cool. That's a good way to do that. I like it. So kind of give you a rundown where everybody's at here. Michael Churchma in the lead. Dallas Markle in second. My tongue's all twisted up tonight. Mark Jackson in third. Dale Smalley in fourth. Nathan Sedlick there in fifth. David Wenk, which was my pick, running in the sixth spot. David Lano in seventh. Jay Anderson running in the eighth position. Travis Brown in ninth. Dominique Dyball in 10th. Donald King in 11th. Michael D'Amico in 12th. Sean Doerr in the 13th spot. Ron McMahon, I believe. In
Yeah, it's Ron McMahon.
Yep, in 14th. Lee Ridge in 15th. Joel Wood 16th. John Larson 17th. Daryl Cronkite running in the 18th position. Galen Gidman in 19th. Chris Scala in the 20th position. Down Davenport 21st, but I don't see him on the track. He may have taken his car behind the wall. So it turned out to be a good race, Alan. I'm really impressed with it. You know, to see these guys running these Gen 6 cars out here at 200 mile an hour plus and around each other. We're finding that the high line is working tonight for some of these guys. So I'm very happy with that. I was kind of a little bit of afraid that maybe that high line wouldn't work for some of these guys and it would be hard to pass here.
Yeah, it seems to be working up there on the high side, and but you got a couple of masters up there working that high side too, and they kind of worked that out real well to where Dale was going to start right behind Dallas, and Mark was going to start right behind Michael. So this is going to get interesting.
Yes, it is. Pace car's going to be ducking off here right shortly. I believe now they're coming down the backstretch now, so this time by, though, we're going to go back to green flag racing.
Well, hopefully we can finish it under green and not have another caution. Until iRacing institutes a green-white checker, I hate that we have to finish under caution.
Yeah. I don't know if they're ever going to plan on doing that in a build, future build someday. But yeah, that would be great. It would be great to see that. So pace car getting ready to duck off here, and we're going back green flag racing. Green, green, green.
Mark didn't get quite the jump that they had been getting. Dallas is right there with him. Dallas and Dale are giving them a run for their money.
So they've kind of pulled out just a little bit, but as they usually do, coming down here this time by will be the starting of lap 28 out of 31, so they're going to have 4 laps to go. We see a lot of guys in the back here jumbling around, trying to get hooked up with their partners and get a run. They know this is it right here. These are the closing laps. They've got to reel that lead pack in. But our leader's pulling right out to a pretty good lead here. Mark Jackson just pushing a daylight out of him.
And the yellow's out.
Are you kidding me? Oh, we got cars everywhere back there. Let's see. I seen one of the. Let's see. I don't know who the heck that was back there. Looks like Chris Scala was into that again. But that ain't what brought it out. It was somebody up ahead of him. It looked like the 16, 98 getting hooked up together there, kind of catching the apron a little bit. We'll go here to the far chase cam and see if we can get a view right from the.
Yeah, I'm on the chase cam of the 16, and the 98 just cut down just a little bit too early. He got into the 16.
Maybe his spotter told him he was clear or something, and he just wasn't clear yet, and coming down with his partner. Caught the nose of that 16. Holy smokes. So that's going to wad up the field here, and that's going to make them finish under caution, I believe. This has caught a bunch of them here. The number 5 of Chris Scala getting rear-ended by the 55 here. All of them trying to check up to avoid that wreck, but those two didn't have very good luck doing it. So I believe this is going to finish under caution then.
Yep. Who are the top 3?
We got Michael Churchma, Mark Jackson, and Dallas Markle. The top 3.
Brother was moved to your channel. User was moved to your channel. User was moved to your channel.
What happened back there anyway?
A couple cars got together, the 16, or what was it, the 98 come down into the 16. But Michael Churchma, man, way to bring it home. I mean, that's probably not the way you were hoping to finish the race tonight, under caution. But you and your partner there, Mark Jackson, working very well together pretty much the whole race. You swapped up when you needed to, and you just happened to be in the lead when the caution come out. So congratulations to you bringing it home in first place tonight.
Yeah, thanks very much. Yeah, we had a pretty good car, good setup, and me and my 2 other teammates qualified in the top 3, and worked out pretty good to our advantage here. And yeah, come home first and see what we got for them on Sunday.
Very good, very good. At least now you know you're safe. You made it into the Sunday money race. So, but congratulations again. You got anybody you'd like to give a wave out to or say thanks to?
I just want to thanks to my teammates for sticking with me here and let me be a part of their team and help me with the good sets and everything that we've been working with, and that's about pretty much all it. Storm Motorsports, it's a pretty good team to drive for, I think.
I agree. Very good job. Very cool. And congratulations again, coming home first place.
All right, thanks, bud.
Mark Jackson, my old buddy Mark Jackson. Way to come home second place. I wanted to commend you highly on that car. That is just an awesome paint job on that car. Shows your patriotic, American part of you. So that's just very, very cool. But what was going on up there? You guys kind of pulled out of into a little bit of a lead there, but you knew Dallas and his partner were coming behind you. They got a little bit of a run on you, but then you pulled back out ahead again. So do you think you guys could have stayed out ahead of them to finish the race if it would have went green the rest of the way?
Well, we knew Dale and Dallas were coming, and it was good that we were able to get that lead that we had built up. I knew it wouldn't last long because there's a lot of fast guys in this field, and Dale and Dallas are one of the top contenders. I was just hoping to have a good finish and make it in the show. I think if the caution hadn't fell there, we'd probably seen a 3 wide finish there with Dale and Dallas and David and and the 15 David Lano. It was coming down to the wire. It was gonna be for sure.
Definitely, yeah. We Alan and I were talking about it while you guys were racing there. That if they got up beside you, it was going to be one heck of a finish. It was probably going to be a, right on the edge of your seat finish to where photo finish maybe, So, but great job. Congratulations coming home second place, Mark. Very proud of you, bro. You got anybody you'd like to say hello to or give thanks to out there?
Absolutely. I'd like to say hello to my son and my mom down in Texas, and thanks to the troops. Without them, what we do would not be possible.
Very good, and you're absolutely correct, sir. Thank you. Dallas Marical. This is Rudy Cummings in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Rudy.
Oh, Dallas, man, you and Dale coming up through the field like you guys did. We just knew you were going to be a contender come to the end. Do you think you could have got by him if it went green the rest of the way?
Yeah, I think we could have got him, possibly if they had to switch. We might have been able to squeak by him right then. But it was a good race working with Dale there. He sure brought us from the back to the front quick.
He sure did, man. What a teammate you had there. I see a lot of the guys, the guys that were up front had really, really good teammates. And, we talked about this throughout the race that, having a teammate and having a good teammate makes a big difference. If you have a teammate that can stay right on your bumper and stay right in line with you to maintain that draft, good draft package, you're going to go up through the front. And you two proved it. You guys had it. The way you come up through that field, very good. And congratulations again on your third place finish, Dallas.
Thank you very much, Rudy.
And you got anybody you'd like to say hello to or give thanks to out there?
I'd just like to thank Dale for working with me that race.
Okay, well, very cool. Well, that'll wrap it up for this week. Alan, you got anything for to finish out the broadcast here? I've got a couple of other sponsors, Small Town Computers, and I've got Michelangelo Painting. I've got Veritas Builders from Scottsdale, Arizona. And also I would like to thank C.O.R.A for putting these on. They put on the Sunday Money Race, Championship Online Racing Association. And this being a qualifying race tonight here from Daytona under the lights, the Gen 6 cars, 31 laps, and very good race. Michael Churchma coming home the winner, Mark Jackson second place, Dallas Markle third, and Nathan Sedlick in fourth. So we're seeing some very good races here. Alan, you got anything?
Yeah, I'd like to throw a couple shout-outs here to our sponsors, Dale Smalley Drywall, Sim Racing Setup Analyzer, Hurley Property Maintenance, Small Town Computers, Berkey Painting and Sandblasting, Barks Competition Karting, and that's about it. But yeah, what a race, good race. Dallas, I got to ask you though, was it by design that you started in the back and didn't qualify? Because it seemed like you would have had enough time to qualify even after you got disconnected there, but was that by design?
Yeah, we were just hoping to stay out of the big one at the beginning.
Yeah, I definitely understand that, buddy. Well, good job. Congratulations on a good finish there, buddy, and good luck in the season here.
Yeah, great,
Thank you, Alan.
Great race by all of you guys, and way to bring it home there, Michael. So we will see you next Monday for the next qualifying round for Season 3 here